It's very interesting because Rita was telling me today how, and I just want you to feel this too, it's something that we talk about. It's somewhat frustrating when you're a minister and you're in the spiritual community and you're a spiritual director to somewhat be told to be quiet about anything to do with politics or anything. And I said to, when Rita has said that to me, all of a sudden I went, yeah, it is somewhat difficult because it's like walking around, just so you'll know, that you have no opinion. I have nothing, unless you're in your little, with the people, you know, and I'm just letting you know how it feels, how it works. And I felt that and I said, I'm glad we're told that. Because first of all, it's just my opinion. It's just my viewpoint. It's my perspective. And so it doesn't always blend. Now, the reason we say it can sometimes be difficult is because we have inspiration behind it. And I know that Rita had conflict about singing the song because, well, what if they think this? What if they think this? And here's how it works. You're going to talk about us anyway. and not you personally, you're going to talk about us anyway. So you might as well be honest. But it does draw a line about talking about who you should vote for. And I draw the line there, and I'm glad that we do. And this is how I feel about voting, and then I'm going to get on with a little bit of what we were talking about today, kindness. I believe in voting because I believe that that is your voice. If you don't vote, just do me a favor, for me, just lie to me. Just lie to me, and I really mean that. When I first lie to me, because I would rather believe in my own childlike way that everybody use their voice. Because as Brene Brown says, and I mean this, and if I insult someone, I'm already going to apologize. If you're not in the ring getting your ass kicked, I'm not interested in your feedback. If you're not out voting, then why are we talking? Why are we speaking to one another? Now, with that being said, you know, I can already feel the room because I'm very, very psychic. And I can feel that this will be offensive to some people. And you know what? I love you. And we've been doing this for 12 years. And this young lady and myself, if you don't know us by now, as the song says, you're never, ever going to know us. And if you're just getting to know us, we are of integrity. We are of in love. And here's the deal. I want to talk about kindness. Kindness. And I was saying, I have been very kind many times at my expense. And what I mean by that is when I was little, I had a mother that if you went to get upset about something, she would say, be nice. Be nice. And I would go, yeah, but they just, be kind. Be kind. So the message that I got was, I had to be kind and be nice even if I didn't believe it. And I don't want you to be nice to me or kind to me if you don't mean it. It's a waste of our beautiful, beautiful energy. And here's the other thing. I don't want you to be mean to me either. Because if you're mean to me, I don't want to be around you. Because I'm a big boy now, not a little boy that mommy's still telling to be nice or to be kind. So isn't it funny? We're talking about something so wonderful and it seems so serious all of a sudden. I love this out here. This is who I want to be, by the way, in her song. There are people out there unafraid of revealing. That's powerful. I love revealers. Even if I don't agree with you, I appreciate that you are revealing something within you. That they might have a feeling, oh God, a feeling. What if we have a feeling? Wouldn't that be? We wouldn't want to show that because we can be vulnerable with that. Or here's the big one. Let's all take it in, shall we? Or that they might be wrong. Have you ever been wrong? I haven't, but I imagine it's quite a feeling out there. To be kind does not mean that it is at my expense. There are people out there unafraid to feel sorrow. I'm going to say it once again about this philosophy and this teaching. We feel sorrow, we feel pain, we feel anger, we feel that, and we can still be kind. I am a kind man, and there are many times that people would disagree with that in my life. And they would say, no, that was not kind. And then we have the ability to say, I have the compassion to say, you know what, you're absolutely right. But that's how I felt at the time that I was supposedly unkind. Unafraid to be weak. Ha ha! We woke up today and we said to each other, I feel vulnerable today. And we go, what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with it? Anybody ever feel vulnerable? You know what vulnerable feels? It's because you're feeling. It's because you're opening up, and it's scary. Do you know it's scary to come up here every Sunday? I'm not terrified, because you can tell I will still be doing it. But there's a moment that you walk up here and you say, well, what do you think? Here I am. Here I am. And then it says, unafraid to be strong. And we can never go back to before. I know it seems current right now, but that's not really what it means. Because first of all, ragtime was written a long time before this, but it might mean that we're repeating history. And it's interesting, we'll never go back to before. Everybody always says it was better. Do you remember when life was simple? No, I do not remember when life was simple. I remember they say to my mom, oh, Katie, do you remember when we got a loaf of bread for 20 cents? She goes, do you remember when our salary was $10 a week? Let's go back to a time that was more easy and more kind. You know, the time that there was no war. I don't know. I've never been in that particular time. So we have an opportunity right now, and what I think is happening right now, and this is my positive spin, as I always do, we have an opportunity now to get the hell out of the 3D world and start knowing that there is more than what we see. Mm-hmm. That there is more than what we see. There is more than what we touch. There is more. There is a vibrational frequency of love that can move anything. That's where I have decided to live. I cannot live in this world anymore with such unkindness. No. I have the right to say no, and I have the right to say yes. So here's where I get stuck. A woman was out here the other day, houseless, I believe is my correct, because I wouldn't want to not be politically correct in my stuff. And she was out there. And she lost her glasses, and I went to help her find her glasses, blah, 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 this story. I want to get to the feeling. And then there's this obligation. I don't know about you and kindness, but there's this obligation that comes with it, this expectation that comes with it, that I have to be kind, and I can be kind. But that doesn't mean I take it as I have to fix it. I was so kind to her, so kind to her. And she was kind back until we asked her to move her house from here. Just so you'll know, we're not equipped. We're not equipped. And I'm not apologizing for it. I wish we could, but there's still this small voice inside of me going, that's not very nice, Patrick. That's not very nice. She doesn't have a home. She doesn't have a home. Do you get the different word? So I walk away feeling sometimes, until I treat and talk to myself, I walk away feeling that I'm unkind. Some of the kindest things I ever did, I've been in relationships, I know you find that hard to believe because I saved myself for Rita, but I was in relationships, and I'm going to let you know right off the bat, letting someone go was the kindest thing I ever did for them. I have been in relationships where they were devastated because I broke it up, and so was I. But it's beautiful years later when they come to you and they say, thank you. Thank you. That's kindness. That's kindness when you know that your being in someone's life is not working for them. Sometimes goodbye is the kindest thing you can do, because then we grow. At least I have. Look at this, all deep today. That's because this elephant's been in the room for all the people thinking and feeling. And so I will end with Howard Thurman. Anyone know who Howard Thurman is? I had to look him up again because I had forgotten, philosopher and a person who was so inspiring during the civil rights. And I want us to leave with this. Hers is a much powerful ending than I will have, just to let you know, because once again, that song was just beautiful. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive. And then go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. I'm going to read it again because I'm taking it into my entire spirit. This is what the world is requiring for us. Not only to be kind, but to come alive, to rise like the phoenix from the ashes. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And I will tell you that what I believe kindness is and where it starts is with self-love. Self-love, and you will never, ever, ever have to worry about being kind. Namaste.